We're live on Facebook already, right? 360. Shouts to our friends at Essential for taking care of us with his phone. We got Cobi up here.
What up?
What's up, my guy? So we got the Minnesota kids in the building right now.
That's what it's all about. This whole weekend, right?
It could have really been about us.
Yeah, it could have been.
We won't talk about it. Are you still depressed?
No.
You good?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna let that. I'm not gonna let that shit bother
And you're tied in with the team. I saw you. I remember you were out there. You're singing an anthem.
Yeah, man.
You're with the guys.
I was trying to support the team. You know, I felt like they were doing a lot better this year than they had previous years. So
they look good. I have a question. So when you do an anthem, how tough is that? Because it's not your own record. It's a song that has been performed probably 10 billion times.
Yeah.
How do you make it kind of yours, and especially when you're in front of 70,000 people? And always, by the way, at those stadiums, the speaker systems are like delayed, so you're wearing in-ears. So it's not the most optimal circumstance by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I just don't think about it that much. I just go do my thing, and that's it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an easy song because people just, you know, they already are ready to scream during like the high notes.
That's true.
They're ready to go. So it's really easy for me. I just got to enjoy the game afterwards and hang with my family and stuff here in town. So
that's awesome.
That's what it's about for me more than anything else.
That's good stuff. Now, what's it like being a Minnesota kid and seeing the whole country, I guess, come out and check us out now for Super Bowl week?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. For a minute there, I saw a lot of people starting to like root for the Vikings, who I never thought ever would root for the Vikings. So, you know, it's cool to see, you know, have like the spotlight come on Minneapolis for a minute and shine some light on a lot of the music that's happening here and stuff like that. So it's an amazing opportunity, not just for the football, but also for the music culture here.
And the music culture in Minnesota, I always tell people, is so diverse. It's so incredible. I mean, you have on one end Prince to rock to next to even, you know, Edie, I mean, from the Outlaws and Tupac. Like, it's all these different, you know, kind of sounds and styles, unlike a lot of other cities that kind of get into that, into like one pigeonholed into one area.
Yeah.
What were your influences growing up out here?
I had a lot of influences. Prince was definitely a big one. Johnny Lang was was pretty big when I was a kid too. So, but it wasn't just Minnesota people. You know, people like Prince. You know, they lead you to other artists who they were idolizing and who they were learning from. So, you know, it's just really whoever's put the time in to be great at their craft. You know, I honor and respect that.
That's
a
great.
lot, so yeah,
it's great. We have Cobi up here from 300 on Facebook Live, and we are here at the Morsekode Dash Radio pop-up studios. Let's talk about 300. How'd you get your deal? Incredible independent label. Shout out to another Minnesota boy, Ryan, in the building.
300's been very good to me. I had a song called "Don't You Cry for Me" that was unreleased at the time, and some people at 300 heard it. Leor heard it, and Leor Cohen. Next thing I knew, I was on a flight out to New York, and I was at his house. Did a little showcase acoustic for him and his team at his house in New York. And yeah, it's just been kind of an awesome ride from there.
That's great.
Yeah, so
that's great. And where do you live now?
I live in Los Angeles.
How tough was it to leave? Because I left LA and it was 85 degrees, and then to come back. And people are like, you're from here, and you never get used to it when it's like 11 below.
Yeah. Well, I was just here for the holidays too. So like I was just here a few weeks ago. So I kind of like.
You were ready. You knew what to expect.
I knew
what advice do you give people, and all the people watching it, and it might be coming out this weekend? How do you survive the cold? What's your strategy?
You just gotta layer up, baby. Layer up.
Layer up.
Yeah.
And avoid the outside.
Yeah. Well, no, when you're outside, you gotta learn to relax in it, and you know, like just take some deep breaths and enjoy the fresh air, because you know, out in California or wherever, maybe in the South, you're not getting that kind of fresh air.
Yeah. All right, Super Bowl pick. Since you're unbiased, since our team's not in it, who are you liking to win the game?
I don't really care.
Don't care, yeah. It's one of those where it's like...
Yeah, but I did live in Boston for a long time, and I did actually do a couple anthems for the Patriots.
So it sounds like that's who you're cheering for.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to choose, I'd probably choose them.
Not mad at that. Cobi, thank you so much for taking the time and rocking with
Thanks
us.
for having me.
We are here at the Morsekode Dash Radio Studios. Shout out to our people at Essential again for hooking us up with the Facebook Live 360 footage, and we'll be back with more in a second. It's going down as Dash Radio.